Etsy news. Etsy's been doing a sneaky rebranding that we do need to talk about. What did I see from the financials? There's a new scam going about and more. So let's dig into it. So, first things first, thank you for everyone who's let me know. We've mentioned this before, but if you're getting an email from someone pretending to be me in a reply to some comments that you've made on this YouTube channel, it's not me. This is the email that they're using just now, but in general, it won't be me. I am not going to email you unless for some reason I mentioned that I was going to do it, but I'm not going to cold email you. I find it hard, and I'm so socially awkward that it relates as well to messaging people and replying to comments and all sorts of things. I am not going to go out of my way to message people, to email people. However, right, don't click on anything dodgy. If any of you felt the need to mess with this person, it seems like they're wanting to help people with their shops. Let me know if there's any kind of fun advice they give. Don't click on anything dodgy. But hey, if you want to waste someone's time and have fun doing it, let me know. I probably shouldn't say that, but it tickles me. Honestly, if I had emails that were, yeah, I'm tempted. Okay, anyway, right. Etsy's been tinkering a bit more. If you haven't noticed, they're reorganizing your menu in your dashboard. Shop home settings and team member info are now under your shop. So it's saying we're in the process of giving settings a refresh, but that's not all they're doing. I have not heard anyone mention this. I only noticed it because I'm sort of rebranding my shop and I was uploading my banner, which I'd created to look good on a white background. And I realised something. It doesn't quite show up as well on this, I think, because I've got a black background, but the background of Etsy is no longer white. It's slightly off-white, and it does mean that the listings with the white backgrounds are standing out, not necessarily in the best way. And then I did think about it. I've been seeing less and less in search results and in Etsy pics and all sorts of things. I've been seeing less of this stark white background. So just have a look at what's going on in your niche. Are people still using that plain white background? Now, it's a funny thing because I thought it would be more and more with Etsy leaning heavily on machine learning, AI, and stuff to understand your pictures. But it seems there's a whole lot more lifestyle type pictures out there. Or if people have a plain background, it's off-white or it's a pastel color. There's less and less showing up at the top in a plain white, stark white background. See what's happening in your niche. Some categories might be working really well to have plain white, but it's certainly having me rethinking things in my shop. Etsy have done some policy updates. If you missed this, a new article selling children's products on Etsy. So it makes sense. There's consider avoiding the use of spherical, cylindrical, and ovoid shaped buttons, toggles, or decorative attachments. Oh, sorry. On clothing intended for children under 3 years of age, and make sure that children's jewellery can withstand abuse and isn't going to be a choking hazard. So if you sell children's stuff, well worth checking that policy. Makes complete sense, but Etsy, I don't think they've changed anything. I think they're clarifying things because most of us who've been around for a while knew about the amber thing where Etsy was suddenly removing all amber things because I think a child had some kind of choking issue with an amber necklace. So yeah, Etsy do seem to be clarifying things, so check that out. They've also added an ultimate guide to branding, which I think is actually a quite cool set of articles. It's worth checking. As I say, I'm just looking into rebranding my shop. Branding is so much more than just picking a colour scheme. And here it's the ultimate guide to branding and customer service. Customer service is part of your branding. It's how you speak to people. So it's well worth checking that out. If you're interested more in branding, I can do an in-depth for you, or check out my friend Starla. She's an expert on this. From the financial report, we did get, again, Etsy is going to be leaning into the app. They're finding they're getting a higher proportion of nice sales. They're getting more money through the app. So it's up to nearly around 47% of GMS for less than 47% of views, basically. So people are worth more to Etsy on the app. And also this, retaining and rewarding our most valuable customers, our highest value buyers and sellers. So they're saying these drive a disproportionate share of marketplace performance, making them a critical focus for driving growth. So they're Etsy saying it's their highest value sellers as well. They're going to be focusing on them. Now, it does say we're looking to reduce friction and enable growth with their AI tools to simplify things. I'm sure everybody has a thought one way or the other on the AI tools, like listing titles and everything else. From some of the screenshots, it looks like they're going even more in depth to be having a describe your listing and we'll create it. Look, before this happens, I have to say this. AI can be a helpful tool. Some people love it, but it's a tool. Do not let it just run your entire shop. It's not that good yet. So use it to get ideas. Take the things that work use it if you want to get ideas. Take the things that work, but put your own human touch on it, please. The Etsy title tool was a disaster for many people. This is going to be the same. But the other thing from sellers, I see they didn't notice, but if you follow me, a couple of weeks ago, I accidentally found out about an email. I can't remember what it was, but an email contact and a special group for top sellers. I don't know anyone who actually got into that special group, but I sneakily got access to it. Whoops. So they're definitely doing things for top sellers, and it makes sense. In a lot of places, platforms have additional help. They'll have like a dedicated support person to help out the top people on the platform. But Etsy's not telling us about it. It's a sneaky thing. And also here we get to see they're adding in some new AI help. So in a buyer side thing, the Etsy gift assistant. So you tell it what you're looking for and it's going to go in and help you out a little bit more. It'll be interesting to see how this works and what data we can get from Etsy on it. But yeah, so rather than just type Mother's Day gift, the AI saying, can you tell me a bit about her? What's her hobbies or interests? So I think over time, this is going to mean that you having your niche, understanding your customer, and not just going Mother's Day gift, but Mother's Day gift for the kind of person who loves this kind of thing and I hope you get what I'm saying there. And yeah, an AI shop assistant. Ask me how your shop's about your shop's performance, and I'll suggest data-driven actions to help you grow. So interesting to see how this goes. Again, it's a tool. AI is not going to be perfect, but it might give you some insights that help, but ignore things that don't work. I don't think this is live yet. Some people have beta access, I think, but this is what's coming. Again, a little from the financials. Mobile app continued to drive GMS share gain, reaching 47% of total GMS. Mobile GMS growth accelerated 11.2% year on year, 6.6% versus last quarter even. Non-app GMS also improved, growing 1% year on year. So that's why they're focusing on the app, because it's growing. But then again, if you keep pushing something, if every time people are on their phone and they keep getting bugged to download the app, just saying. For those that missed it, here are my graphs. Now, all that does is from the financial report, I plug in the data that Etsy gives us. Now, Etsy a few years ago had, under its umbrella of Etsy, it had ELO7, Depop, and Reverb. Now, Reverb, all of them have now been sold. So the numbers are a little bit complicated because sometimes Etsy was given the GMS for Etsy as the umbrella company, and sometimes it was given just for Etsy. So it was hard to get all of the data. So quite a lot of the time, the numbers that I was able to regularly get were the ones for the whole umbrella company. So we're seeing a slight change. There's a little dip because companies have left, and also because things have left. I mean, hope you can see the GMS is good. That whatever Etsy's saying that Etsy has grown, but we're seeing a dip because all the other companies have left as well. But there's definitely there's a dip there. But now Etsy only owns Etsy, so that's the only data we'll see from now on. So the GMS per seller, so Etsy tells us the number of active sellers. Now this looks like a step change up. That's again because they were telling us the number of sellers across the whole thing, and I was taking the GMS across the whole thing. So now they've taken away, well, we don't have the Reverb number, so it looks a little bit less bad, basically. But still, average GMS per seller for Q1 2026 was $439. So it's still just making just over $100 a month. If you're over that, then you're above average. Eek. And that's it for this week. Unless you've seen more, let me know. And thank you so much. And I'll catch you next time.